So this is a really good question. I'm going to break this down because I feel like there are multiple topics in this comment. I'm not saying don't use sage or salt. I'm saying, and in the context of how you used this, it seems like the sage being used to protect the caster. Yeah, I get that. But what I'm saying is in the baneful work itself, that wouldn't be a ingredient that I would use because you're basically casting protection within that piece to, the person that you're trying to push that ill will towards. Using sage, and there are a lot of different sages. From the video that I seen, it appeared to me that it was white sage, and we all know that white sage is very much indigenous attached and close practiced. So that was, my main reason for posting that particular sage. And this is my, opinion on my practice of, 30 years. I've hit 30 years of doing this now. And sage is just not something that I would use directly in the vessel as it was shown in the video, but rather separate. And there are a ton of different sages. Garden sage, there is a different kind of European sage, Spanish sage, white sage. There's prairie sage here in Colorado too. All of them will have a little bit different property, but most of it is used for protection work. Banishing of negativity. So not necessarily an ingredient I would use with any kind of baneful workings. Okay, so as far as the salt portion of this, salt, I've used salt for a long time in my practice because it is a very good barrier, good for protection, but it's so bad for the ground. I'm a gardener. I do like gardening in my yard, so I don't do anything that I put on the ground or bury that has salt in it. And if I use salt, it goes to the trash. If you want to use something of similar properties, cascarilla is a really good option, and it is eggshells. Eggshells are full of calcium. They're really good for the ground. So if you're doing any outside kind of work and you wanted to use protection, use your eggshells. Like, you get them from the stores all the time. I have chickens, so I utilize my own shells in my practice as well. And I've kind of weeded out using salt. So just those are my reasons. I don't know of any particular baneful properties that sage has in itself, just that if you wanted to use that for protection in yourself, essentially that is separate from the actual baneful working that you're casting on someone. So hopefully this helps.